Hi guys, Jeff here, aka Dante's Trigger, bringing you my first Modern Warfare video and my first MOAB. I'm playing Domination on Resistance, I believe the map is. The game's already a little way in, but the host has left, so we're just waiting for the game to start back up again. I've already got 5 kills. I think I go 47 to 1 in this game, and you've already missed my first death, so you won't see me die at all in this game. The setup I'm using for this game is the SCAR with no attachments or proficiencies. I'll explain that in a minute. The FMG Akimbos. Some people class them as a little bit newbie. I just think they're strong. I don't really use them too much in this game anyway. I'm using Semtex, concussion grenades, perks. I'm using Hardline Pro, Sleight of Hand Pro, and Stalker Pro, just because I have preferred I've lost myself a bit there. Prefer to have slightly more mobility with the assault rifles. It gives you a little bit of extra edge in gunfights. Strike package, specialist. I don't think I need to explain that. If you're going for the MOAB, it's the only strike package to use, people. I mean, after 7 kills, 8 kills, if you're not using hardline, you basically become Terminator. You get all the perks in the game. You can run faster, you take more blast damage, you aim down sights faster, you can see people the other end of the map picking their nose. It's just a great strike package, and I recommend using it if you're going to go for the MOAB. It's going to help you out a lot. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys, I was not expecting to get this MOAB, and there's a couple of reasons for this. Before this game, I basically decided to up my sensitivity from 3 to 5 on the advice of my brother. So I wasn't expecting to do very well at all because I wasn't used to that sensitivity. I also changed my stick layout to tactical, so I have to use the analog stick to go to prone, which also I'm not used to, and you'll see me make some very stupid mistakes with that later. Mistakes that you normally pay with your life for, but somehow I got away with it. I don't know why. And also, like I said before, I'm using the SCAR with no attachments, no proficiencies, nothing. I had no XP for the gun. I just decided to give it a try. Yeah, I mean, ideally, if you're going to go for the MOAB, a silencer is a must. Although having the extra range damage is always a bonus, it's better not to light up like a Christmas tree every time you pull the trigger. Now, as I'm sure you're all aware, the MOAB stands for Massive Ordnance Air Blast, or Mother of All Bombs. It requires you to get 25 point streak, or 24 if you're using hardline or the specialist strike package. Obviously, you'll get it eventually anyway if you're using that. It's not an easy task to do, but I think I've got a few tips and tricks that are going to help you get this. Now here you can see this guy was following me. I think I got lucky because my teammate went in there and got killed. They must have thought it was me. Best thing to do in this situation is not to double back and run in guns blazing, because you will lose that fight. They're going to be waiting for you anyway. You need to get into a position where you've got the advantage over them. If they kill you, you're going to lose that streak. That's not a good idea. You'll get very frustrated and you're liable to throw your Xbox out the window. I've come so close, so many times. Another good tip I can give you when going for the MOAB is to patrol a certain area of the map. Don't get too cocky and try to navigate the whole map, because it's not going to work, especially in a game like Domination. You're going to have people spawning behind you, left of you, right of you, in all sorts of directions. So stick to one area of the map, patrol the area, make that area your own, make sure that you've got everything covered. Don't let anyone pass, and don't let anybody sneak up on you. Every time you kill a few people, this is a trick that I use all the time, kill a few people, double back, just cover your ass basically, make sure they're not coming from behind. That's what she said. There's the MOAB! The MOAB! Oh yeah, baby! So there it is, the MOAB, 24 points. That's counting down now. I think I'm going to give you a 360 spin there, just to show you that I'm badass. Now after that MOAB goes off, besides getting the sweet multi-kill, you also get double XP for the rest of the game. You give the enemy team an EMP blast for 1 minute, I believe. I probably could have got another MOAB in this game. Like I said before, I went 47 to 1, which is 2, maybe 3 kills of another MOAB, which is unfortunate. Maybe I'll post another video soon with 2 MOABs, who knows. I probably need to get a lot better for that though, and probably stop using guns without silencers, in all fairness. I was on a little bit of a high now, obviously after getting the MOAB. I was just going crazy. Normally I'd start to make stupid mistakes and die at this point. For some reason I just carried on going, and I was shooting people all over the place. I don't know how I did it. Just an adrenaline rush, I guess. See, look, in your face, Vinnie Jones! I just remembered I didn't tell you what perks I was running for the Specialist Strike package. The first perk I'm using is Blind Eye, just because not appearing on the radar is a bonus. When going for the MOAB, it helps out a lot. I can't stress enough how much it helps. Second perk I went for Scavenger, just because the extra ammo is great. Don't need to be running around picking up other people's guns and using guns you're not familiar with, guns you're not comfortable with, so being able to replenish your ammo at an early stage is always a good idea. Third perk I went for Assassin Pro. A lot of the time I tend to use this second, only because the more you don't appear on the radar, the easier it is for you to get the MOAB. You know, being able to hide, things like that is always good when you're in a tricky situation. You need to replenish your health, and if you're not on the radar, you're a lot harder to find. It's all kind of personal preference what you prefer to use. You know, mess around with the perks, find out which ones you feel more comfortable with, and whichever order you feel more comfortable with, and use it that way. There's nothing worse than using somebody else's perk choice and it not being the right one for you, because it's going to hinder your performance. As you can see, I'm still sticking to my area of the map, just patrolling that area, making sure it's all safe. And you see there I swipe my knife. Again, I mentioned before that I changed my button layout to tactical, so now every time I'm trying to duck, I'm actually swiping my knife, which is not a good situation to be in, and you'll see even worse cases of this soon, one of which I am clueless as to how I survived. But never mind, I had the luck on my side. Also, pay attention to your map. Having good map awareness is going to save your life more often than not. If your teammates are on one side of the map, go to the other side of the map. The chances are you're going to find enemies there. They're going to be spawning there, they're not going to be aware of you. You can pick up a lot of easy kills that way. Also, steering clear of your teammates is a good idea, because if an enemy decides he wants to use a Predator missile and you're running next to a teammate that doesn't have Blind Eye or any of those valuable perks that's going to save his life, and he's running next to you, you're probably going to die if he gets targeted and lose that streak and lose the MOAB, and you're going to have to start all over again. Now, I'm not a very good advert for this tip. I was running alone. I didn't know any of my teammates. If you get to run with friends, I recommend you do it, especially if one of them friends is willing to use a support package to get the UAVs and the advanced UAVs. That's going to help you massively in knowing where people are, being able to get around them and ambush them, and just basically pick up some easy kills. Also, being able to communicate with your teammates is really good, and that's going to help you out massively too. Now, this next bit coming up, I've decided to slow it down just purely for your amusement. I told you before I changed my button layout to tactical, and this is the end result. I run into this room and I automatically want to stab this guy, but I'm pressing the analog stick and I just keep ducking around this guy, just ducking around this guy. I don't know how I survive. He even tries to stab me, but I survive. I don't know how. That's the thing about this MOAB, guys. It's probably 70% skill and 30% luck. You've got to get away with a few things to get it. One more tip I can give you guys is to move around as much as possible. Once you've got a few kills, it's probably best to move on, because once people start to become aware of where you are, they're gonna look for you and they're gonna kill you pretty quick. Especially if they're in a team, they're gonna gang up on you and they're gonna find you, and it's pretty difficult to take out a whole team at once. So try and move around as much as possible. Stick to your area of the map, obviously, like I said before, but just change your position around. You know, mix it up a bit. Surprise the enemy, basically. So this game's coming to an end now. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope the tips are going to help you get a MOAB in the future. Remember, if you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate that. Remember, just pace yourself, take it easy, don't go rushing in, you'll get that MOAB in no time. Just quickly want to say as well, if there are any Call of Duty Elite members out there that are looking for a clan, me and my brother have just started one, Dante's Disciples. Just send me a message if you want an invite. We're an easygoing clan, we don't take things too seriously, you don't need to be a pro, but we just enjoy playing the game. So once again, hope you enjoyed the video. I've been Dante's Trigger, take it easy.